I can't help but notice that liberals' immediate, like, voters are the problem, not the party attitude has come back super strong with only a couple days out from the election. Anyway, Trump receives plaque promoting peace from Arab American leaders.
Let me share a couple of words. Let me share a couple of words for our president, for our future president and former president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. A wise man once said, "Peace is the prize," and I stand before him today. As Arab Americans, we unite against the betrayal of those in power. Our families back home suffer, their cries for help echoing across borders, while the world remains silent. It is time to prioritize.
Dude, what a thing. What an insane thing. Like, not only is he the Muslim ban president, but like he's doing more aesthetically. He is doing more. The Muslim ban president is doing more aesthetically to like at least make it seem like he gives a about Arab voters than the Democratic Party is. Democratic Party is like actively trying to push away Arab voters while he's over here being like, yeah, I'll come over. I'll let you barbarians talk to me. I'll be in your presence. You can say he uses Palestinian as a slur till the cows come home. It does not matter. Okay? You can say that all day, every day, but it doesn't matter. Not only is it the Democratic Party that's currently conducting the genocide in Israel, but also on top of that, like, guys, since the election is heated up in the last like 4 or 5 days, I haven't talked about this much, but like, Israel killed 92 people yesterday. Like, Israel's killing like 100 people every day in Gaza, in North Gaza specifically. Okay? And I don't think these guys are like honest people. I'll say it. I don't think these are honest brokers at all. This is a striking moment, but it isn't a damning moment for Muslim and Arabs, as many Americans may think it is. It's the sign of a demise of the Democratic Party, even in its ability to maintain optics. And optics are a core of politics. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and the Democratic Party have refused to even share a stage with Arabs, Muslims, Palestinians, not even for the sake of optics or for the sake of electoral interest. Instead, Harris and her party has chosen to castigate and marginalize Arabs and Muslims who overwhelmingly vote Democrat at every single turn. These men with Trump are a handful of Muslim Arab leaders out of millions of Muslims in the country. Not all Arabs are Muslim, and not all Muslims are Arab. And between these communities is a vast spectrum of politics and political engagement. Muslim Arabs have endorsed Jill Stein and third-party candidates, and over 150 imams, clerics in a letter. Muslim Arabs have endorsed, supported Harris, Zogby, Mgage, Mehdi Hassan, uncommitted-ish. Black Muslims have been on both sides of this. Our communities aren't monolithic. There is no doubt that overwhelmingly Arab and Muslim communities are against the U.S.-backed Israeli genocide of the Palestinians, and it's safe to say that almost every single Muslim and Arab filling out a ballot will be thinking about Gaza, but many will not even be going to the ballot box. The question of voting for a party who actively overseeing the genocide of 2.2 million people, including over 1 million children, aside, the Democrats have given absolutely nothing to voters, Arab, Muslim. That's bullshit. The Dems can't risk the votes. The orange monster needs to be dealt with first. Liberals are so funny, dude. You're right. Yeah, you should tell people whose family members have been slaughtered with their own tax dollars that. Anyway, the question of voting for a party actively overseeing the genocide aside, the Democrats have given absolutely nothing to voters, Arab, Muslim, and to others, to show that they even want to pretend to care. Instead, they kick out Muslims from Harris rallies and yell, "I don't give a f about Gaza and babies." Trump did the easiest thing to the Democrats, and Harris couldn't. He welcomed some Arabs and Muslims to share the stage with him. He embraced them. The Democrats, Biden and Harris, have categorically refused to. The narrative has been and will continue to be that Arabs and Muslims are supporting Trump. That isn't true. Our communities are pushing against the genocide of our people. Some in our communities are choosing to side with current genocidaires. Some are choosing to side with future genocidaires. But the majority are choosing to stand against both. Like, Donald Trump is not, he's not going to be pro-Palestine. Let's be real. Not a cult. Look at this. I did see this. This is awesome. It's awesome because one of the kids is the shooter. Like, what the I know they bickered for days deciding who would be Trump. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound heartless when I say this. If sheer representation on a conservative stage is enough to flip the vote from genocide to genocide, that's dumb. Well, if there's only two options and one party is actively pushing away Arab voters and the other party is at least aesthetically trying to court voters, what the do you expect from voters to see? Like, I don't think it's correct. I think it's silly, but you're out of your mind if you Like you shouldn't be angry at the voters in this situation that you have perceived as like voting out of turn or some. Okay, you should be yelling at the Democratic Party for actively pushing away Muslims and Arabs and people who care about Gaza. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? I can't help but notice that liberals' immediate like voters are the problem, not the party. Attitude has come back super strong with only a couple days out from the election. Campaigns need to earn people's votes. That is the underlying principle of democracy. You know, I think it's pretty nutty though that Donald Trump is like taking the time out to even aesthetically look like he gives a shit about Arabs or Muslims alike. Maybe your chatters don't know what's happening in northern Gaza. People are desperate for sake. They'd vote for Satan if he gives them a false promise. The Democratic Party ain't even willing to throw them a bone. Northern Gaza is literally a Holocaust zone right now, and Lebanon is losing journalists, firefighters, ambulance workers, and doctors. Yeah. The Washington Post did a visual forensics analysis on Israel's actions in South Lebanon, and I was sent this directly by one of the journalists who worked on the project, and turns out nearly a quarter of all buildings in Lebanese towns and villages near the Israeli border have been damaged or destroyed, the vast majority since Israel's October 1st invasion, according to an analysis of satellite data by Washington Post. Across Lebanon's border villages, at least 5,868 buildings have been left in ruins, 80% of them since the invasion began. In some places, such as the villages of Aita al-Shab and Kfar Kila, nearly half of the structures are gone. Many village centers have been erased. I mean, come on, dude. What the do you expect? And it's not just Arabs who care about this. There's like white people who care about this too. Like, I know that a lot of the messaging on this issue has been like, oh, Arabs are of one mind. It's only Arabs. It's only Arabs. It's not only Arabs. There's plenty of young people who will not go out and vote because of this reason. And what do? I have a long time ago made a choice never to lie to you. So I can't lie to you and act like the Democratic Party is doing their best. Okay? They're not. They're doing their best to erase Palestinians. You know what I mean? AIPAC's only general election target is an LA progressive. In California's 34th district, anti-war advocate David Kim has come close to unseating Representative Jimmy Gomez twice. Now AIPAC is attacking Kim, and a crypto PAC is joining them. AIPAC and its allied super PAC have spent $100 million this year to install Congress friendly to Israel amidst brutality in Gaza and Lebanon. This is going to keep going. I don't know what else to say about it. How do you stay optimistic in a time like this? I can't even watch the news for an hour at a time where I feel very depressed. Anne? Not bad. And then bir şey yok. İyilik. Palestine is not unique. Genocide is a part of the system. Oh, okay. Never mind. Tell people to get over it, I guess. You know? Okay. She freaking out. Yeah, Israel has a right to defend itself. Once again, Israeli soldiers from the 202 paratroopers battalion wearing clothes of displaced Lebanese women. What is up with this? Why did they do this like freakish? I don't understand. Like, at no point do they ever like look at themselves and go, hey man, we're doing bad guy stuff. Like, this is bad guy. This is like directly us overtaking a civilian area. I've been in 4 wars as a soldier. Oh, this guy interviewed me before, remember? As a soldier or a reporter, and I've seen a lot of atrocities and abuses, but dressing up in the clothes of the women and girls you've killed or displaced is sick and twisted practice, wholly unique to murderous perverts of the Israeli army. Oh my God. What the dude, bro, this guy is a Rolling Stones writer, dude. What the pretty sure American soldiers did this too, by the way. I'm just saying. Murderous perverts. Seth writes a lot about the mysterious deaths and drug trafficking revolving around military and cops. He's pretty cool. All right, I followed him back. This making it to the history books? Depends. The reason why I say depends is because, you know, history is written by the victors.